Nigga like me, man. I love the game. I love the hustle. You feel like one of the ball playing niggas, you know. Bird, magic, or something. Yeah, you know, nigga got dope. Nigga can deep for deep. But if I leave, the fans still gon' know.
Yeah, this milk.
It's your boy Cliche.
We are the risk takers.
And we do this for the love of the game. Now, today's topic, false prophets, the ghostwriters, man. This is the land of ghostwriters. We are in a generation where we don't know, y'all. They get the credit, and the artists still get the claim, the fame. Mm-hmm. What's your take on ghostwriters?
Well, I don't like ghostwriters, man. Well, let me ask you a different question. I mean, my take on ghostwriters is this: we need them, but we don't need them.
We need them. We need them a lot.
Do you think we be biased with ghostwriters?
My thing with the ghostwriters is we need them a lot, but we have to set a standard. We have to set a rule. We have to have rules to this shit.
Let's set the rules right now.
Because the rules are getting miscrewed and they're getting out of hand. Mm-hmm. We let some people slide with ghostwriters, then we crucify others for ghostwriters. Right. You know what I'm saying? The ghostwriters, they got to eat. It's a part of the business. So you want to have that aspect. You want to have somebody nice writing your shit. Right. But my thing is the claim to fame. Mm-hmm. Can you have a ghostwriter and still be the best? Or the greatest?
No, not in my book. You cannot have a ghostwriter and be the greatest in my book, because my thing is, if you have somebody like, hypothetically speaking, Fabulous is writing all his raps, then you got another rapper, he has 10 people writing with him to make the best thing possible, that's not fair. That's not fair. It's you cheating.
Yeah, it's a cheat. It is a cheat code.
It is a cheat code.
Some people would say it's a cheat code,
but some of the best songs come from the cheat code.
That's why I'm at.
I love fucking Easy Does It album.
Listen, this is why
I love the Chronic. They all got the cheat code with it.
This is why I say gotta be rules, because Chronic, Dr. Dre is not considered a rapper, so he gets the pass of the ghostwriter.
See, the thing is, for me, it's like,
who gets the pass?
Who get the pass is this: one, if we know you have ghostwriters; two, if you're not going for the greatest of all time, like Future. If I found out Future had ghostwriters, or Gucci Mane, or certain artists, or Migos, it wouldn't matter to me. It'd be like, you know what? I still fuck with them.
Yeah.
But people like, if I found out Rakim, Cool G Rap, Big Daddy Kane, Jay-Z, Nas, yo. Fucking LL. I'm talking about not LL when he, you know what I mean? I'm talking about LL in his prime.
Yeah.
Yo, that shit have fucked my head up, yo. Public Enemy.
But it's been talks about Jay-Z and Nas having
ghostwriters. It have been talked about it, but the thing is, it's like, it's been talks about it, but
until reference tapes, they wasn't getting leaked back then, man.
Yeah. But I mean, if it is a reference tape, I'm sure it is. It's still, somebody still got it, because you gotta think like this. The same way you said it wasn't back then, we hearing shit from Biggie referencing Lil' Kim tracks, and Biggie is dead, and we hearing that shit now. So if it is reference tracks, somebody got them.
Somebody who got the tapes.
Somebody got the tapes.
Smoke no joke.
Yeah, smoke no fucking joke.
That nigga got that shit recorded somewhere, man.
Yeah.
If it is, but
I just think back then niggas was just, they took that shit, because back hip hop, we took it a little bit more serious back then.
You couldn't be called out like that.
Yeah. Or either you don't even want to bite nobody lyrics, you don't want to do nothing to seem like you like somebody else. You want to be as authentic as possible.
That's how it was. But what do you think about KRS-One and the forefathers of this shit? They giving out passes on it.
See, the thing is with KRS-One, I mean, I think some of the forefathers that ghostwrite, it's easy for you to say there's nothing wrong with ghostwriting because that shit affects your pockets. So if you say, it's nothing wrong with it, it is nothing wrong with it, depending on who you are. If you a person is going for the top 5, top 10 alive, you cannot have ghostwriters.
But the thing is, does that matter to this generation?
To this generation, fucking nothing matters. Man. These motherfuckers
I don't think
care.
it matters to this generation. I think it's all about the music. So here where I have it. My mind is set on it. It's like, I understand the importance of ghostwriters because you need hot music. And if somebody can help you produce or make some tracks that you can't help do yourself, I get it. For the good of the music.
For the good of the culture.
But in my opinion, you can't be the greatest.
Yeah, you can. I don't want to hear a nigga writing your whole motherfucking life. I don't want to hear a nigga writing your life.
Where does music end then? Because in this generation, that shit doesn't matter. It matters to some people. I'm not gonna say it doesn't matter, but it's not as relevant as it once was.
It was taboo back in the day.
It was dead.
To me, in a way, I think it's taboo now to people who love hip hop. If you love hip hop, it's taboo to you.
It hurts.
It's taboo to you because the thing is,
but you get over it.
No, you don't, because you start questioning anybody who drops something.
Or is it just maybe Drake? Is he the only one that ever got the forbidden pass?
I think Drake is the only one who got the. See, the thing is with Drake, it's like people, whether people want to admit it or not, people's looking at Drake like, yo, he is the next generation of Jay-Z. He is the second coming of, for this generation, he is it.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So for him to have ghostwriters or reference tracks leaked on him, it's like, damn, yo, we thought you was the real fucking deal. Because you got to think like this. If this motherfucker can pick beats, write hooks, sing, rap, stage presence, and he's selling,
yeah,
and he got classic albums, there's no way you can look at him like he not in that league.
Yeah, he's in
unless you want to be
in the league that talks of one of the greatest.
But the moment you hear the reference tracks, it's like, damn, yo.
Do you discredit everything he written? I mean,
everything.
All right. If you're reading this, it's too late. There's the album with a reference track.
It's a mixtape.
Oh, I thought it was an album.
It's a mixtape.
All right, so and it's a mixtape, so it's not even an album.
Right.
Does that matter if it's a mixtape?
It matters because to me now there's a question mark around everything you did. It's like, did he have it for the first album? Did he have it for the mixtapes?
Suppose he said, "I just got help on those songs."
We don't know.
But I'm just speaking hypothetically.
Okay.
I got help with these 4 songs. I've written everything else thus far, after, and I've written everything before.
Right.
Is that just a tap on the wrist, or is it's automatic disqualification?
You know what's fucked up? It's fucked up for hip hop because if any other genre, somebody help you, it really don't matter.
It doesn't matter.
But with hip hop, we look at it like, yo, this is your life.
Somebody talked about
this is your life. Good point, man. So it's like, if this is your life and you writing about your life, it's not fair to other motherfuckers who take their time and in the basement writing their ass off when you got 10 other motherfuckers writing for you while you on stage. That shit not fair, bro.
Is it not fair because they couldn't get help?
It's not fair because
why my shit got a hole because you can't get help with your shit?
No, I think anybody can get help because everybody in the hood rap.
Nah, Memphis Bleak, he was the one that said it. He was like, it shouldn't get a pass. Like R&B and that type of shit shouldn't get a pass. Right. If you're not writing your shit, you're not writing your shit, you should get a DQ somewhere.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's still talent. Basically, he was like, it's still talent at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying?
But see, the thing is, I don't think it's a DQ or asterisk beside your name if you're rapping. You have ghostwriters. I think it's a one.
DQ was the greatest.
I think it's a DQ if niggas find out you wasn't being upfront with it. Like, we know Puffy got ghostwriters. We know Eazy-E got ghostwriters. We know Dr. Dre got ghostwriters.
He credited Quit Miller on the tracks that he did.
He did, but these motherfuckers nowadays so shallow that nobody don't really look at that. Nobody don't really look at that.
The thing, This the thing. As a ghostwriter, you have to understand what are you doing with the artist. If you coming out and you write for somebody and you coming out and you glorifying it and you talking crazy,
Kanye West,
you fucking up your career.
Kanye West got. I mean, he make it known. He don't have no problem with it.
Exactly.
You're not.
See, Drake never came out, but he never said he didn't do it either.
Right. I don't think you. I just think your name is not in the league of. See, the funny thing is, you can have like even though Dr. Dre had ghostwriters, we look at that shit like it's one of the greatest albums. You can have one of the greatest albums of all time. You can have a classic with ghostwriters, but niggas would never say
No Way Out.
Nobody gonna never say Puffy, Dre, and the top of all time.
Nah, but they got considered classics.
They have classic albums. So what's more important, having a classic album or being considered the top 5 or top 10 of all time?
They both in the same realm.
You think so?
How you going let somebody? Dr. Dre is one of the greatest producers and greatest. He's one of the fucking billionaires, pioneers of this shit. Yeah. He get a pass because he got a great album, but he don't claim to be the greatest.
Snoop have ghostwriters.
Oh,
you ain't know that?
Nah, I didn't know.
He said out of his mouth. He said that what's the dude's name? DOC helped him wrote, and I think RBX helped him wrote.
Whoa.
Yeah. He said that shit on that. Either he said it on an interview or somebody said it on an interview. Yeah. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I stand on that. Snoop said he had ghostwriters.
Damn.
But the thing is, it's like, here's my other thing. If you wrote your first album by yourself and you wrote a classic, but now you have ghostwriters and none of your albums classic, do we hold it against you on that?
Yeah, I say we gotta hold it against people, just in the realm of not to say that you whack or not even for no judgment, but for the standards of hip hop.
Mm-hmm.
Just because if you're a Puffy and Dr. Dre, they are going to be classic people. Right, they may not. They are considered the greatest of what they do as far as producing wise.
Right.
But you got classic albums.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? How you going to get a pass for that? But then you got somebody who's making the business the way they are, but just because they saying they one of the best, you got to disqualify them.
Say it a different way. I understand.
All right. We can't let one person slide and then not give the next person slack. A classic album considers you a classic artist. Am I right?
Yeah. But I still don't think you can be top 5 or top 10. That's fucked up. You can be top. You can have a classic album and still not be considered top 5 or top 10.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Let's say, because Snoop's first album, that shit is classic.
Yeah.
But
that's a fact.
It's fucked up. Niggas might get mad. Snoop might get mad. I wouldn't consider him top 5 or top 10 artist.
Nah, he's not top 10. It's a lot.
Now, if he just kept on the same path as what he did,
is he still one of the top artists?
He's the top entertainer.
So what are we doing? We separating the names?
We separate. I think we can separate. See, that's the thing. It's good you said that. I think we separate
the mumble rap.
Ghostwriters from real writers.
So artists, that's what I was saying even on the other episode, man. So are we calling them artists or are we calling them rappers? What are we calling them? Entertainers, rock stars?
No, I think you're a rapper until we know you have ghostwriters. The moment
MC? Is that different between MC and rappers?
Yes. When you're an MC, that's when that's when you writing your stuff.
Yeah.
When we know that you're a rapper,
got a question mark?
It's a question mark. It's a question mark beside your name now. But I was going to say what Snoop is, I believe if Snoop would have stayed on the same path as he did on that first album, or I think it was called the Blue Carpet. You know what I'm talking about? Whatever that Blue album he had, I think it was called Blue. Now, he got big singles.
His singles is
big as shit. But what I'm saying is, if he did say on the same path as the Blue Carpet treatment, I believe that's the name of the album, or that first album, I would say he top 5, top 10. But after that first album, he was going through so much shit with the East Coast, West Coast shit, his murder case and all that shit.
Case, yeah.
I think he just had to reinvent himself and get away from that aura of, I
want to talk about this. So do you, feel like artists that are too busy get a pass? It's nothing?
Yo, it's not. It's still cheating.
Nah, but I'm saying, all right, bust it. I'm doing mad shit.
Okay.
One of the biggest artists in the game.
Right,
doing mad shit.
Right.
TV shows, acting. I wrote you a classic I wrote that last classic I just gave you. A year later, I want to drop some music. And
but
yeah,
you're busy.
I recorded it. But I'm busy. I don't got no time for this shit. I just want to give the people some good music.
Two more years.
And it's a mixtape.
Right.
Not even an album.
Right.
How do you feel about that?
Still,
is it a fucked up that somebody wrote a mixtape?
If you are considered top,
or it's the only album.
If you consider top 5 or top 10, or you going for that top 5, top 10 of all time, yes, it's a mark against you. If you're not going for that, I don't have no problem with you doing that. If you say that, if you just,
but it's a mixtape.
I don't give a fuck what it is.
I got a question, and this may not have to do with this per se. With the mixtape circuit, right?
Mm-hmm.
You got these new artists who are making mixtapes, and they making them in the form of an album. Back then, they didn't have to do that.
Right.
Only mixtape people was when like G Units and them Dipset, that era.
Comega.
I'm thinking Rockefeller. What did they have? They might have had one mixtape, the We Are the Championship, but they're producing more music than they was back then. You run out of shit. You got to take that in consideration.
Yo, you can't run out of shit as long as you're alive, yo. If
if
you're a writer, you can write about anything.
Not when you that nigga.
If you that nigga, you supposed to be that nigga and write.
Listen, while I see artists like Drake versus Kendrick versus J. Cole, it's a big controversy, man. I mean, granted, the reference tracks, a couple of reference tracks leaked, but he's still better than Kendrick and J. Cole. And I'm not talking about on a lyrical standpoint. I'm talking about and this is everybody's opinion. I'm just talking about as far as he's better at putting more music out than them guys.
Yeah, but if you got a team of
and this shit is not just music, this shit is fucking banging.
Yeah, but if you got a team of niggas writing together versus one nigga writing for itself, that's a difference.
But that's what I'm saying. Does that really matter?
It matters.
If you're doing it for the people.
It matters because the thing is, you're not doing it for the people, you're doing it because you want to win. You want to win. You're like, this is what you like. You like Mayweather in the gym, he's busting his ass every single day, and Pacquiao, he busting his ass too, but he's taking steroids. In the moment you pouring out that you have steroids in your system and y'all start to fight, you come out looking like Views from the Six. That's what it's like to me. You understand what I'm saying? Metaphorically speaking. Now, don't get it twisted. I don't hate Drake.
No.
I don't hate Drake, but what I'm saying is this. I feel like I feel like I was betrayed when I heard that motherfucker.
We all did.
I felt I was betrayed, man. You know what I mean? Because I was like, when I heard that mixtape, I was like, yo, this nigga, yo,
he was in his bag.
I don't want to hear nobody talk bad about him no more. Somebody say something about him, they don't know hip hop no more. Yeah, that's how I felt. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the thing is, it's like when I found out it was reference tracks, it's like, damn, yo, you got niggas out here taking up for you, saying you the best, and you out here doing this shit.
This is my thing. It was only like 3 songs, 4 songs.
We don't know. That's the thing.
What?
We don't know now.
We do know.
We don't know. That's all we heard now.
But we do know. What we do know is
I ain't trying to make this about a Drake episode, because it's not about Drake. It's about all ghostwriters.
It's about
anybody who
No,
ghostwrites.
but he's the biggest one to topic right now. He's the biggest one to date.
Mm-hmm.
He's the hottest in the game. So, 4 tracks. Even if it is something out there, I'm just saying, based on the 3 or 4 that was put out.
Right.
Is he disqualified?
Yes, he's disqualified.
That's tough.
In my book.
That's tough.
In my book, he's disqualified. I'll still listen to his music.
Yeah.
I still like his music, but I cannot put him against.
So you just can't get caught doing this shit.
No, just don't do it. Pray it. But don't not get caught. Don't do it.
No, I'm just
write your own shit.
Gilly wrote for a lot of people.
The people who Gilly wrote for it.
He always say it. He don't say names, but he said, I was right. I had wrote for a lot of people. Nobody uses artists. Nobody writes their. Everybody always say nobody writes their own shit now.
No, right. But the thing is, it's like this, yo.
Even Nas was in that talk of ghostwriting.
Right, but the thing is, if Nas, if I hear some reference tracks of Nas, I'll feel the same.
What if it's not a reference track? What if it was a sheet of paper?
Let me say this. The way I feel for me, Nas is my favorite artist. Illmatic is my favorite album. It will crush my heart if I heard reference tracks for Illmatic. It will hurt me if I heard reference tracks for Reasonable Doubts. It will hurt me if I heard reference tracks for the infamous Mob or Only Built for Cuban Links. That should have fucked my head up, yo. And the hip hop as I know it, that should have changed in my mind forever.
This is my thought-provoking thing. This is a thought-provoking thought. Why are we not giving more credit to ghostwriters?
Do you respect ghostwriters?
I respect the shit out of ghostwriters.
Do you respect the people who have ghostwriters?
I respect them too.
Okay.
To me, this is why I said thought-provoking. This is a part of the game. I'm nice as shit. What if I never wanted to be a rapper? And I wrote for somebody.
Right.
How should I feel about the music? I'm gonna be fucked up.
Right. But see what you just said, that go back to what I said about KRS One. See, when you're a ghostwriter, it's in your best interest to speak up for that. But let me ask you this though: if you like, I'm from Baltimore, you from the Bronx, right?
Yeah.
All right. So we both from us from the top. But if you got real niggas, right, doing real shit, talking about real shit, if you got ghostwriters, you can put any fucking bozo in front of the world and say this, and you become a star, and then you don't live by the same principles that me or you was raised up, or the generation before us, to the point where when motherfuckers ask you real questions in interviews, you saying bozo shit because you don't have a motherfucker that you ain't cut from the real cloth, so you can put any bozo in front of you saying any bozo thing at any bozo time.
But this is my thing. If the music still gets out, what does it matter?
Because the thing is,
I'm not speaking on characteristics. Hold on. I'm talking about the music.
It doesn't matter if you not going for the top 5 or top spin spot.
Yeah.
If you're not going for that spot,
what if you are? It doesn't matter.
Because you cheating.
It doesn't matter with the music.
You're cheating, bro.
Listen, it's some people that know how to rap, and it's some people that know how to perform.
No, my thing is this, yo.
It's a cheat code. Let me just to agree with you. I do believe that, but
I do understand the power of ghostwriting. It's ghostwriting in anything. Anything you can think of. Acting, ghostwriting. The president there, he reading shit. His ghostwriters wrote that for. Yeah. It's ghostwriter for almost everything. But what I'm saying to you is this. In hip hop, we gotta have certain rules and certain foundations for certain things. Totally. And when we start bending the rules, we bend, and then we start having mumble rap
on it,
and shit is gone. And see, the thing is,
there's no morals, no values.
Now let's go back to this, because we ain't talking about this. Let's break down what ghostwriting is. Because see, the thing is, sometimes
I was trying to lead into that.
If a motherfucker write a hook for you, I don't care about a nigga writing a hook for you. I don't care about that. If a motherfucker sang a hook for you or do a reference track for a hook for you, I don't care about that. But when you start getting to a motherfucker writing your verses, if a person say, yo, say this word instead of this word, I don't have no problem with that either. But when a motherfucker start doing 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 16, 17, 18, 20 bars for you, that's a fucking problem, yo.
That's a real ghostwriter. Somebody writing verses, but what's the difference between a hook and a verse?
The difference between a hook and a verse is you might not be a singer. You might not have that. You might have that melodic tone.
Some niggas can't rap.
Don't fucking rap. Don't fuck with this art then. This ain't for you. Go home.
Some niggas right.
This ain't for you.
Some niggas right, but they make their own music and it's garbage.
This is true.
Niggas is nice. Nigga can write for somebody else, can't write for himself.
Quentin Miller.
Just trash.
Quentin Miller.
Right?
That shit was garbage. He needed to be a ghostwriter for the rest of his fucking life, yo.
Fuck that up. I think he fucked it up.
Yeah, he needed to be a ghostwriter for the rest of his life. But that's what I'm saying.
Some niggas know how to put it on the show. Some niggas know how to write. But some niggas can't do both.
Let me say this to all the ghostwriters out there, yo. If you're a fucking ghostwriter and you want to learn how to rap, my nigga, study the craft. Learn how to fucking rap.
Nah, some niggas ain't marketable. That's a fact.
Well, sit your ass down and just keep writing then, man.
That's what I'm saying. Some niggas ain't marketable. This is a fact. No matter how, I know niggas that's nice. If you're not marketable, you're not marketable. And it ain't just having to do with the way you dress or look. It's a whole package, nigga. You get on stage and you
look like the fucking goofball and shit.
You looking like some, you know what I'm saying? Even the mumble rappers got a certain look about them that's marketable. The red hair, the purple, the beads, that's they look, but they marketable. Some niggas, you just look at them like, yo, I'm not paying to see that shit.
I don't think it's that. I think if you nice, you nice.
Nah, but you gotta have charisma though.
No, I don't.
You gotta have charisma. I think to rock that stage and you gotta have some type of charisma.
Let me play the devil's advocate. I feel like if you got a hit and you got songs,
a star is a fucking star. You know when you see
a hit
star.
Is a fucking hit. Yeah. Motherfuckers don't.
Yeah,
see, this is the thing. What you saying is real shit, but this is the part you missing. For this fucking generation, they don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck if you had charisma. They don't care if you real. They don't care if you righteous shit. They don't care about none of that shit.
The young niggas, they all got star quality though. It's even the hood bummiest scum buckets got star quality, nigga. You see them niggas rapping, you see them niggas on stage, they got star quality about them. Right. Some niggas just got it. You know how it goes. Some niggas just got it. Some niggas don't. Let
me ask you this. How would you feel if you found out Big L, Big Pun didn't write their stuff?
I'm still gonna listen to their music.
But how would you feel though? Would they still be in their mind?
I'm torn between it.
For me, when I find out you have a ghostwriter, I respect that. Whoever wrote, I respect that person more than I respect you.
Listen. It's heartbreaking. If I found out Jay-Z had ghostwriters, I'm gonna be pissed. I'm gonna be tight. I'm gonna be pissed. And that's why I said, like, I agree with the morals. You can't be talking this shit and you ain't writing and you ain't doing it.
But how would you feel if you found out Jeezy had a ghostwriter or Gucci?
I wouldn't care.
See, you understand?
It's a difference.
What about T.I.? Would you care?
I would care.
You understand?
I would care.
I would. If you were, what about Royce the 5'9"? Would you care?
Yeah, of course I would care.
Eminem.
I wouldn't care.
You understand?
Nah, I would care, but I wouldn't care. With M is I would care. You know why I would care? Because he's held as one of the greatest. Right. You gotta take that call from him. Right. But I know he proved himself, and even Jay. But it's finicky when I get to those type of artists because they said being genius is being genius. If you getting help, I feel like you depending on what type of help you getting, you shouldn't get disqualified. Right. My nigga, I mean, we're gonna put one song against 400 songs that you dropped over your career. I feel like that's uneven. I feel like, damn, like the nigga wrote and gave us 4,000 hits and we gonna complain because the nigga got 116 verse because he was out of time and he gave his man 5,000, 10, 20,000 just to write that shit. I don't feel like you should be disqualified for that.
What you saying, that's some real shit. But the question that always come to this, what else did somebody else write for you? All the 400 songs.
It's gonna be a fucking question mark.
It's the 400 songs.
Nigga, if it's one, it gotta be 5. If it's 5, it gotta be 10.
It's the same thing when you talk to a girl. You ask the girl, "Yo, how many dudes you fuck?" She say, "I only fuck 5."
So you know
this is 25.
Multiply that by 3. When Jay comes, so you gotta multiply that by 3. Damn, man.
You know what I mean? So I just think that it goes back and forth depending on who you are as an artist.
It does. Like Jeezy, like you said, I wouldn't care too much because I love his music.
I love Jeezy. What about Ross? Would you care if Ross wasn't writing his shit?
I would care if Ross.
He ain't write Mastermind.
Oh.
You understand?
That's a stab in the back.
Fucking Sally wrote Mastermind. No. What's the young boy? Rocky Fresh wrote Mastermind.
That's what I'm saying. It gets finicky, man. It gets crazy. I would be crushed, though. I would be crushed.
Fucking Wu-Tang. They ain't write that shit. Fucking Inspector Deck and fucking Master Killer wrote their whole album.
Shit.
That should have been. I'd be mad as shit. No. You find out Kappa Dawn wrote Only Built for Cuban Links.
Ooh. That would be crazy.
You find out Roy. What's the dude to be with Joe Budden all the time? Is it Roy?
Rory.
You find out he wrote Joe Budden shit.
Yeah. It is though.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. That question mark is just it's like a lingering noose. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You just hang yourself. It's always going to be thought-provoking, man. You know what I'm saying? And it's like fucked up in the industry. So where do we separate this shit? Because if you my man, let's just say we come up and you my man, and it's all in the group. You my man. You part of my team. Mm-hmm. We're going to always be forever loyal. But I'm just giving you money just to write me some shit because I don't feel like getting in the booth. And I'm helping feeding you and taking care of what you need to do. I'm like, yo, my nigga, write me a 16, nigga. It's whatever I got, you get 20,000 off the top.
Right.
Damn. Should that be frowned upon? Should that be frowned upon if Jay-Z got a verse from Memphis Bleek?
How about Bleek wrote all the albums?
But not even writing all the albums. Let's talk about a couple tracks or a song here and there.
Let's.
And he like, yo, Bleek, I got like 20,000 for you. Just write me the shit. I gotta go real quick. You know what I'm saying? Would you really feel that bad?
I would. Because see, the thing is, let's say Bleek let's say Bleak or Sauce Money wrote motherfucking let's say they wrote what's that shit when he said I never change.
Whether it's real music or it's not. If a nigga wrote Big Pimpin', you're not gonna be mad.
Yeah, I ain't gonna be mad at Big Pimpin'.
But if a nigga wrote Never Changed or a diss track or some shit.
Yeah. How about if Sauce Money wrote fucking Takeover?
Yeah, it's different.
You know what I mean?
It's different when it comes to which different music.
What if fucking what's Nas' little brother name? Jungle. What if Jungle wrote Ether?
Yeah, that'd be crazy. That'd be
What if fucking Pete Rock, Q-Tip, Large Pro, and all them wrote Illmatic?
Yeah.
Nas ain't write Illmatic. He just performed it. Yo, see, certain shit just changed the dynamic of hip hop forever.
It changes.
You understand? It just make you look at shit like we all know that Ice Cube wrote for NWA.
Yeah,
we accepted that.
We accepted that shit with open arms.
We accept that. Right?
That shit was accepted with open arms.
We accept it, right?
And nobody ever got discredited from that.
Nobody got discredited from it. But do we look at motherfucking NWA like they're the greatest lyricists of all time?
They're one of the greatest groups of all time.
But we look at them as the greatest lyricists of all time.
Yeah, you look at Ice Cube that way because he had his solo career.
We look at him because he's the pen.
Yeah.
I mean, and his solo career.
But Eazy-E to some people was that nigga. He was that
Eazy-E.
On the West Coast, you don't know how them niggas feel.
Eazy-E, but see, the thing is like Eazy-E, like I said in the beginning, he is that nigga. I fuck with Eazy-E. And don't get it twisted, I still fuck with Drake. I still like No Way Out. Yeah. I still like The Chronic. But if you start saying who's the top 10, I'm not putting the Eazy-E name up there. I'm not saying Eazy-E name.
Yeah.
If you say do Eazy-E got a classic album, I'm going to say yes.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
If you say do Dr. Dre have a classic album, I'm going to say yes. He probably got 2.
Yeah.
Now, if you start saying, is he the best, if he's the top 5 or top 10, no. But here's the kicker, though. If you say some shit like, is he the top 5 or top 10 over West? You might have to say yes.
You're going to say yes.
You have to say yes.
So it's like, where's the line drawn?
What do you consider ghostwriting?
Ghostwriting to me is reference tracks is definitely ghostwriting. If you give somebody a hook, I feel like that's still ghostwriting. But I feel like it depends on what's the genre of music because you don't really care too much. Music is so personal. It hurts when you gotta hear like, damn, I lived that shit that this nigga just said.
Yeah.
Nigga, I was on the corner with the downs, light posts. I was on the corner with the crack in my palm. Like, you'd be like, damn, you didn't write that shit? That's going to kill your soul. It's going to kill your spirit. You're going to look at somebody different. But if it's a party record, I feel like, damn, why we give it a pass on the party records? You know what I'm saying? Because to me, if this is a part of your crew, if me and you writing and we trying to get up out the hood and I say, yo, change that. Add this line, yo, that shit, I got this fire line for you. Just a line, just add it in there. It's going to be crazy. Or say it this way, say it that way. You know what I'm saying? That's helping produce something to all win. Mm-hmm. So I can't consider that ghostwriting. You know what I'm saying? So it's real finicky for me. Even with the hooks, it's like, damn, I can't give a pass for this and then don't give a pass for that. Writing a hook to me is somewhat a ghostwriting. But if it's a part of the camp, it shouldn't be considered ghostwriting, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. If these are original people of your crew, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. When you start to order people and you got to bring somebody in for this and bring somebody in for that, of course it's going to be ghostwriting. Right. If you're getting whole 16s and reference tracks, that's ghostwriting, you know what I'm saying?
How would you feel if you found out 40 Cal wrote Joel Santana albums?
I would be tight.
How would you feel if you found out Hell Road wrote fucking Cameron all his albums?
You're going to be pissed. You're going to feel some type of way. Yeah, you're going to feel some type of way, but it's like you're still going to feel some type of way, but it's Hell Rell writing for Cam, so it's like, what can you really say? That was his man. Bloodshed, they said Bloodshed wrote for Cam.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When you hear Welcome Home With Me, that sounds like a different Cam from Purple Haze. Right. You don't never know, you know what I'm saying? But can you get mad at that? If that's your right-hand man and he's helping you write? With Mace, Cam taught Mace how to rap, supposedly, or was it vice versa?
No, Mace taught Cam how to rap.
All right, Jim Jones. I don't know. I just know it was something like that. They was learning from each other. But then Jim Jones watched both of them, and he became a rapper. Right. It's like that's not considered ghostwriting, but this is all team. This is all of us finessing it to the next point. Right. What do you do?
Well, how would you feel you found out Crooked Eye had ghostwriters?
Now, see, he calls himself an MC.
Right.
You can't do that. Can't do it. Royce, anybody from Slaughterhouse. Those are the MCs, the real MCs that could go on the radio station and fucking take your head off for 3 hours. You know what I'm saying? Those are the ones that make that type of music. But you gotta. They not the greatest though. Do you disqualify them? They're the greatest in their realm or what they're doing, but they not considered the top 10, top 15 best rappers.
No, they not. But I believe Joe Budden can be in that conversation.
He could.
I believe he could, and I believe Royce can be in that conversation.
But if they helping each other right.
If they were helping each other
right.
A
spade is a spade.
No, they're not in it. But let me ask you, when you say helping each other right, are you talking
right verses? Joe Budden's helped him finesse a verse, and he helped Joe Budden's on one song finesse
a verse?
Yeah.
A verse, I don't care.
They in the same camp. If he's like, yo,
a verse, I don't care about a verse. I care about a fucking.
Because my thing is, yo, as a writer, you write some mean shit, but you know that's not your life, and you want to give it to somebody, and they use it, but they kill your shit. Like, why should a person get disqualified for it? You just can't hail yourself the greatest. Yeah,
that's all I'm saying. You can't. Well, I can't even say you can't hail yourself the greatest. I just don't feel like the public should look at you like the greatest.
That's a fact.
Yeah, I mean, it
should be rules in effect because, like you said, later down along the line, it's gonna change the dynamic of hip hop. There's certain things not because right now, who is going to be the greatest? Drake was that it?
Because like, what's the dude name? Orlando Brown.
Yeah.
This shit, I heard like 2 or 3 songs. That shit sound fire.
Yo, he's talented as shit.
But how about somebody writing for him? Do you let him slide now? Because he's an actor, he can act that shit out?
Nah, you let him be what he gonna be.
Would you disqualify Will Smith if you found out Summertime was written by Rakim?
No.
Why? Because you don't look at him like you don't look at him like you're the top 5, top 10.
The people that's for the people. This podcast is for the people that's claiming it.
Right.
If J. Cole had a ghostwriter, DQ. Drake, he gotta be DQ.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? As the greatest.
Right.
You can't put yourself in the realm of Biggie, Pac, and all these people when you're writing.
And we still love your music.
No,
we still love your music.
Listen, it's a difference between being the best and being the greatest.
Right.
And being in the Hall of Fame.
Right.
You can't be in the Hall of Fame, but it's fucked up. It's fucked up, but it's not fucked up. It's fucked up that you're deceiving people as if you are these people, but it's fucked up that a nigga got help on a couple of things, and it's like, damn, everybody need help in life, my nigga. Except hip hop, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? You can't get no help with this hip hop shit. Yeah. You can get help for the rest of your life, but you're not in hip hop. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, damn, you feel kind of bad because it's like, damn, yo, the nigga got help on a couple of tracks.
Yeah.
Nigga gave us 10 albums. Like, damn. But that's the rules is the rules.
Yeah.
Where the people enforcing it? Where are the gatekeepers? I'm saying it again.
Because see, the thing is, you know why we don't have no hit. It's funny you know why we don't have no gatekeepers? Because everybody want money. Everybody want to be friends with everybody and shit. Niggas ain't pulling each other coats on certain shit. Because niggas want to be friends. Niggas want to pop bottles with motherfuckers instead of saying, yo, that's some bullshit you did.
Yeah, the game is more fun now. It is about more fun, but...
And I don't have no problem with it being fun.
No. This is the thing. It's just the people... I feel like they're not challenging... The fans are not challenging...
The artists.
Because...
And the artist is not challenging the fans.
Because we'll crucify J. Cole and Kendrick if we found out some bullshit happened, but you don't crucify Drake... Wale, those type of artists, you know what I'm saying? And it's fucked up you put the pressure on these type of artists because they bringing the real. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It need to be dispersed through the game. You can't discredit this man and then you letting this motherfucker slide. Don't give a fuck if he's saying R&B or not. This is a fact, you know what I'm saying? Rules are rules. The rules are being broken. We are allowing trash to, well, not just us, but that's what the music pushes for. They pushing for these microwave artists, these microwave hits because of the money.
Right.
Everybody want to get paid.
Right.
You as an artist, you want to take your niggas out the hood. You want to help their family and your family. You know what I'm saying? So you're going to fall in line to do what you got to do to get out. Now, my thing is with the creativity versus what's really out, that's where it becomes finicky for me. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't... Like, that's why I'm glad we did the mumble rap show because certain stuff is creative and certain shit is just like Why the fuck would you do that? Right? You know what I'm saying? Creativity is a border. It's a fine line between creativity and garbage. You know what I'm saying? So it's like all the morals are being lost. The ghostwriter shit, they love it. Motherfuckers gonna rock to your shit, and they still gonna call you the best. And it's like back then till now, it's just certain things that got lost in the source, my nigga. Right. And the way that technology is, it's easier to expose people. Back then, you ain't gonna find no tape of, come to the studio, man. I got this song I wrote for you. You're not gonna hear that shit from back then no more. Right. So they wasn't held to some of those. It was held to the standards when it happened, but 20 years later, the new generation don't give a fuck about that shit. Right. Better just drop a classic.
That's all that matters.
That's all that matters. Drop a classic and turn up for the club.
Well, let me ask you this. Do you think that Drake dropped a classic after that shit came out?
No. He has yet to redeem himself from that.
I feel like that album, that mixtape, whatever it was a classic.
It was classic. It was fire. He hasn't redeemed himself from that, in my opinion.
You know what's funny?
He hasn't redeemed himself.
It's funny we talking about
Views was a good album, but it was his worst whack album to me. The wackest album. And it wasn't a bad album. It was a really good album. It just was his wackest.
It's funny we talk about this.
They said it, though. Everybody's saying it was emotional disconnect with the music.
You know why I can tell you that shit bothered me? Because I haven't even listened to that mixtape since I found out.
Damn.
That shit really fuck with me.
It did fuck with me. So was Meek wrong for coming at him like that? The way he handled it was wrong, but the topic at hand, he was right?
I feel like Meek was wrong and right at the same time.
That's what I said. The way he handled it was wrong, but what he was saying was right?
Let's write this. If Meek thought that Drake was talking about him on a song, and Drake team sent him a reference track to show him like, yo, I didn't even write this shit, so you know I wasn't talking about you. Drake should have kept that between them two. Meek should have kept that between them two. But if Meek loved hip hop the way we love hip hop,
was he wrong?
It's like, yo, you ain't even writing your own shit, nigga. You considered above me in the fucking realm of hip hop, and you ain't even writing this shit. You got niggas writing for you. Yeah. Nah, nigga, you ain't getting past with that shit. I'm like, now everybody know that you write, people write for you. So he was right and he was wrong in my book.
And especially if that was his man's.
But see, the thing is, it's like,
ain't no love in hip hop.
Damn.
It ain't no love.
That's the real show.
That was the real. Yeah. Ain't no love in hip hop. Yeah.
But the thing is like, obviously, I felt like Drake had enough love for Meek to even expose himself or show his hand on that part.
I just Drake know he's at a point where nobody gives a fuck. I'm still gonna be one of the greatest.
People don't give a fuck now because he tricked the people. If people would have knew this shit in the beginning, they wouldn't have been. I don't think people would have been fucking.
Because that's why I said the music had to be more realer in the beginning, because you felt that shit he was saying, and that couldn't. Certain music you can't get from a ghostwriter. I don't give a fuck who you are. There's certain shit that came out unless you a hell of a motherfucking con artist. There's certain shit that was written that only you wrote and people can relate to it. You know what I'm saying? Not everything that a ghostwriter writes for you, you can convey it the way that it felt. That shit gotta come from somewhere to write that shit. That motherfucking Take Care album, that's where it gets hurt at. You know, that's where the fans get hurt. Because when you got some shit that you really relate to, and the motherfucker is writing the album to your life, the soundtrack to your life.
The soundtrack to your life.
And that shit is false. And
it's real, but you find out he didn't do it.
That shit is the most painful shit.
It's like, damn, you ain't even write this shit,
You
nigga.
ain't even write that shit.
I thought we was connected. No homo. I thought we was connected, yo.
I thought you was my man.
Yo.
You know what I'm saying? That shit was crazy,
Where
my
the
G.
stash at? Where the cash at?
You know
Nigga past that. When you hear that, you like, yo, that nigga talking about me, yo.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's certain music that you just connect to, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And only the greats possess that ability. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? To really possess that ability to where you feel that shit. Even when we talk about the Jeezys, that shit he was talking, You felt that shit.
Ghetto gospel.
So much white, it'll hurt your eyes. I could envision, like, damn, when you can envision the lyrics, that's a different type of talent, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? So, the ghostwriter shit, man, I applaud the ghostwriters. I feel like the game needs it. But you cannot call yourself the greatest with a ghostwriter.
I don't think you can either.
You can't. You really can't, man. You know what I'm saying? It's fucked up, you know, like I said, when it comes to the money and putting your team on, especially you got a ghostwriter that's on your team, it should be between camps. But at the same time, if it's delivered to the game, you gotta play by the game rules. My question to you is, do you think that them rules and what we live by will be installed going further? Or is it just out the window now?
I think a lot of things are out the window because money is in place. And when you put money in place with niggas, man, niggas lose their soul for money, man.
Yeah.
When I say niggas, I ain't talking about black people. I'm just talking about the way you think. You know what I mean? You can be white as white, but if you bought this money, culture, like what Dame said, when the culture vultures get involved, you will see niggas pushing bullshit. You know what I mean? Niggas do anything you want to help your man. You know what I mean? And not even see motherfuckers say they love the culture and they pushing the culture forward. But when you listen to certain interviews and you see certain radio personalities pushing certain artists because they might have some background allegiance to this artist, or they getting some money with this artist, or you see DJs pushing the artist and he whack or she whack, and you know this person ain't gonna get on. You just see the signs of the time that shit has changed forever. Mm-hmm. And the only way things are going to change if motherfuckers like what we doing in this podcast talk that real shit. And we need the listeners to say, you know what, yo? I'm sharing this shit, yo. Because this is the shit that need to be said.
The real got to prosper, man.
The real got to
prosper or the game is going to die.
The real got to prosper, the fake going to rule.
Yeah. That's a fact. This is a fact. You know what I'm saying? This is a sport, man. Mm-hmm. This is a competition. If you getting ghostwriters, man, that's the cheat code. Yeah. And that shouldn't be... Ghostwriters should be accepted in hip-hop. It's just that the artist has to be at a certain level to understand. I'm not calling myself the greatest.
Right.
You can say you're the best at performing.
Yeah.
You can say you're the best at organizing tracks.
Yeah, you're the best entertainer.
You're the best entertainer.
Yeah.
But when it comes to that card... that greatest card, that classic card, you have to be cut from a certain caliber to present that, to receive it.
Yeah, I
can't put you in the Hall of Fame with the greats
because that's the highest esteem.
That's the highest.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like that's the highest of highest.
Yeah, like so if you Raekwon, you drop that Only Go for Cuban Links. If you Jay-Z and you drop that Black album, or you Nas and you drop that Illmatic, or you Biggie and you drop Ready to Die. If you Snoop, question mark on that album. But if you drop that, it's just certain albums. You can have a classic album and still not be considered, the greatest of all. Yeah, or you could be a classic album, and you can have a classic album, be a classic artist, but still be not considered the top 5, top 10 of all time.
Yeah, that's a fact. There's a lot of people on the top, though.
But I just think when you cheat, yo, that shit it rubs me the wrong way, yo. It's like, it just rubs me the wrong way, yo. You know what I mean?
But it's like, damn, get over it, man. Shit is hot. Shit is hot, boy. What's wrong with you, man? This shit hot.
Yeah. I feel you.
We have to install this in the younger generation, man, or the music gonna get lost, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Gotta give them both, man.
Yeah. Because motherfuckers, it's like
they don't understand with the shit,
and they don't care. And the thing is, when you trying to give them game, it go back to what we said on the mumble rap. The younger generation look at the older generation like, man, y'all old niggas, man.
Yeah.
But it gotta be like, we trying to make y'all understand, like, if we keep losing ourselves piece by piece, we won't have no soul.
Nothing left.
And when I say no soul,
no soul. Nothing left, man.
No soul.
So, ghostwriting is a no-no.
Yeah. No. for me on my book, I feel like you can have people write your hooks.
Nah, that's what I'm saying. Hooks and all that. That's a different ball game, man. When you writing hooks, you might be the hook nigga. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to them verses that's talking about your life, that real shit,
Right.
that shit gotta come from a real place. You know what I'm saying? You just can't pretend.
Right. And if you making dancey songs, if you making started from the bottom, I can let that slide. I can let that slide. But when you talk, what was that verse when he talked about who wanna be over 60 and alone when he was talking about his mother?
Yeah.
That's what he said?
Yeah.
Like, when I hear shit like that, if I don't want to know that shit came from somebody else. I don't want to know that shit, yo. Yo, when I hear Raekwon say the thoughts of cracking, he said something like the thoughts of cracking weed, the combination made my eyes bleed. When I hear that, I don't want to know another nigga wrote that for you, yo. I don't want to know. I don't want to know that. With hip hop, the way hip hop has become, it's like, you know how you watch a fucking sci-fi, you see the behind the scenes of shit, and you get to see how they made a little toy look like, make it like it's a big giant this. That's how hip hop's become. I don't want to know the behind the scenes of what the fuck you do, yo. If you got ghostwriters, yo, please. If you
got ghostwriters, man, don't get caught, man. We don't want to know that shit.
I don't want to know that shit.
Don't get caught out in these streets and getting exposed, man.
Especially if you're going to
have your ghostwriters under contract, chain and ball them niggas.
Delete the files.
Delete the files.
Do whatever you
gotta do, man. Yeah. We love the music. We hate the ghostwriters for the greatest. And not to hate the ghostwriters as far because they got their job to do. They great. They gonna do what they gonna do.
Right.
If you're the greatest, man, write your own shit, man. That's just how we gonna say it.
That's it.
That's as simple as that. If you're the greatest, write your own shit. Yeah. We gonna hail you as the greatest. We gonna put you on that card. If you getting ghostwriters, keep that shit under wraps, man. Cause you're gonna get disqualified.
Right. And then don't call yourself the greatest in verses too. I don't want to hear you fucking
you
greatest.
Can't call yourself the greatest.
You're not.
That Mayweather analogy was probably the best way to put it, man.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah. When you get exposed, you don't look so great.
You don't.
You can't be in that realm.
You can't. How about if you found out Michael Jordan had steroids?
That's how I feel like.
How would you feel? That shit, you were like, yo, this nigga been taking steroids all the time.
You know how much teams I went that was rooting for that you beat?
Yeah.
Like, damn.
You find out really.
I thought you was the man.
You find out it's a cheat code, whereas though it's not Michael Jordan. It's like him and 5 other niggas out there, but you just don't see them niggas with him.
Some 6-man shit.
Yeah, I mean, you find out there's some aliens helping his ass and shit. That's why he ever do this little creative ass shit. You know what I mean? You're like, what the fuck?
Nah, that's a fact, man. We do love the ghostwriters though. Ghostwriters, they made some good music, but you're not considered the greatest if you're getting help from a ghostwriter. Put your team on, put your camp on, put the ghostwriter on. I'm all for that. But don't call yourself the greatest.
That's all I gotta say about
That's all I gotta say, man.
That's all. I mean, my final thoughts is this. It's like, yo, if you love hip hop the way you say you love it, do what you supposed to do, yo. Write your own shit. If you too busy or whatever, my nigga, don't drop your album till you got the time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Live a little. If you got writer's block, like Erykah Badu say, yo, sometimes you don't have, it's no such thing as writer block. Sometimes you gotta live a little bit more and let that shit download into your mind. Take your time and write that shit, my nigga. If that's write this shit about you. Write your shit. You know what I mean? Pay homage and tribute to the Big L's, the Big Puns, all these other great dudes that came before you. And like let me ask you another question before we go. If you found out Heavy D had ghostwriters, would you be mad?
I wouldn't be mad.
I wouldn't be mad. But when you going for the top 5 or top 10 spot, you gotta write your own shit, man.
To be the greatest, you gotta beat the greatest. That's a fact.
Without a cheat code.
Yeah. You can't call yourself the greatest and be in the conversation of the greats. It's just a fact, my nigga. It's an insult to the greatest. And it's an insult to the game. Whatever game you playing. You know what I'm saying? It's not the same, nigga. If I had pure coke and niggas out there washing it down with acetone, What are you living out there, nigga?
Right. And the other thing is, I think another reason why people push bullshit and don't say certain things because niggas can crush you. When you got power in the game,
you do.
And you say something against somebody, they can shut your shit down.
Seen ghostwriters get hurt. When they seen ghostwriters get hurt in this business.
Yeah.
The real going to expose the fake. We just gotta.
Or the real gotta stand the fuck up.
They do. They are standing. But we need more soldiers.
Yeah. But the thing is like the fake outnumber the real.
Always. And it always have. And it always will.
Yeah. Do you consider somebody who have ghostwriters fake? Is it hold on, let me say that. Let me word it differently. Is it an element of fakeness when you find out somebody have a ghostwriter?
Yes. To a certain degree. I mean, you can't be the greatest. That's all I'm saying. You just can't be the greatest. You can be great at what you do, but you can't be the greatest. You can't be in the Hall of Fame, my nigga. When in baseball and basketball, they find out you've been taking steroids, football, they strip your card. Mm-hmm. It's got to be the same for hip hop. Mm-hmm. When you find out track meets that these girls and men running 100-meter dash, but they was taking steroids and certain type of drugs, they pull your card. Right. You got to be
Patriots.
You out of the game. I'm sorry. You was there until we found out. Now you out of there.
Right. Like Tom Brady for the rest of his life. People always gonna have a question mark behind him because he had the playbook on people.
Yeah.
You know, him and Belichick. Yeah, they had. You know what I mean? So it's like,
yeah, it's easy to be the great when you got the cheat, man.
Yeah, it's easier.
Yeah, that was good too. Yeah. Any other place, sports, history, whatever, you get stripped.
Yeah.
You can't be the greatest. You get stripped. That's my ending thoughts. I'm good on that.
Who are we, man?
We are the risk takers.
And we do this for the love of the game.